is owned by CBS Studios, Inc. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of. Every human being who ever was lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor, and explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Imagination will often carry us to worlds that never were, but without it we go nowhere. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. These are the voyages of the USS Pegasus.
So, do you think it's something we need to get some scientists on board to come and help us collect the samples? Because I have absolutely no idea about collecting.
I mean, I would suggest that
biosamples.
botany is not my specialty. So I would recommend we request some assistance.
Okay. I concur, Lieutenant. Request away.
All right, and Kelle will contact the Pegasus again.
Pegasus here, how can we assist?
Would we be able to have some science officers, preferably those with a specialty in botany, beam down to the planet to assist with collecting some samples? One of the ministers here has said that he will support us as long as we can guarantee we will preserve some samples of their local plants to bring with them.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
I'm assuming that we're going to need some equipment too to be able to store these things securely and safely.
Yes, as we didn't bring any with us.
Yes, because we don't want to have them contaminated both with the, I guess, the bacteria. I'm assuming we have bacteria and stuff in our atmosphere that we might breathe, but it might be cleaned, I guess, on the Pegasus. I don't know. I'm not a biologist or botanist or bacteria expert.
I mean, the medbay has a stereofield, which would kill bacteria. I cannot speak as to the whole ship.
Maybe we could convert one of the cargo holds into a sterile environment.
We could definitely see if we could set something like that up.
All right, that'll be on our to-do list.
Yes.
Okay, so do we have a list of stuff that we need to collect?
Minister, was there a list of specific plants you wanted us to preserve, or just anything we can find, really?
He goes and pulls down a volume, and he comes back and hands it to you. It's a like a leather-bound book, and he's like, "This is a history of the plants and plant species that are here."
All right, thank you. That will be very helpful.
And he hands it over.
That is definitely more than a few plants.
Well,
it is drastic. It is drastic. You would be aware it's drastically less than like Earth.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean it's still got an ecosystem, but it's nowhere near the scale of like Earth and that.
well, presumably at this point, only pretty hardy plants would be growing with the level of radiation.
And no wildlife, is that correct?
No,
He did say
wildlife.
there was no wildlife.
Yeah.
So they're
Interesting.
presumably entirely vegetarian.
Now, from the scientific point of view, the plants are worth saving because if they've survived well against this radiation, there could be something that could be learned and possibly.
Oh yes, we'll just start eating them because they're
Well,
already.
no, we can study them.
Okay.
We're not just gonna eat them. I'm sure there are some
you mean study them
scientists
because
who-
they have a high degree of resistance against things like radiation. But that's not to
There's
say that they have a high
that.
degree of resistance versus bacteria or.
Right.
Well,
sheep.
that aside, they're also just new species that we're not familiar with, so surely they're worth studying. I'm sure whatever botanists we may have will be thrilled.
No doubt. As well, shall we get started? I mean, do we have the tools already, or should we wait for?
I imagine we have to wait for them from the Pegasus since we didn't bring any, but we could also...
And there is the sound of beaming and.
Yes, so the minister here has provided us with this book, and we are going to attempt to collect samples of all the plants here that we possibly can.
Very good. I'll start scanning it and then transferring the info to the team.
Thank you. And yeah, Kelle will hand the book over.
And they go back and they start scanning it with the tricorder, each page.
Hunt looks around. I've actually built up quite an appetite.
All right. You want to go ask for food?
May as well. When in Rome.
To be fair, I have no idea
The Earthlings
what they
say, I
eat
think-
here other than plants. The
Oh,
Earthlings may say
actually-
that. I don't know.
That probably might not be a good idea to eat irradiated food.
Perhaps not. That is true. We're fine still for the time being to remain on the planet. I'm not sure how eating the food would go. An interesting medical experiment, but perhaps not one we wish to conduct at this time.
Yes, I'm not willing to undertake that experiment for myself.
All
I
right.
can wait.
Excellent.
I guess we'll go and help with the tricorder scanning. And
Sure.
Get this process moving along.
Yep, as soon as we can get these samples, we can hopefully have all the ministers help us convince, well, everyone, I guess.
So there is the Vulcan commander, who is, you're pretty sure, not acting very Vulcan. So there is something wrong there. And 2 officers. And they have had their phasers out. And it has, they were very adamant about using the artifact to eliminate once and for all the possible enemies of the Federation. Peace through genocide was, the ends justify the means. And you were definitely standing in the way of doing what was logical. And once it became clear that you were not going to be on board with their plan for saving the Federation, it went to initiative.
All right. And what do we have for cover around us? Like, what are our surroundings?
There
like?
is one big, decent-sized console.
Okay. Does it look important?
Yeah, everything on this place is important. Yeah, there's not a lot of cover options in this room, so yeah.
Okay.
They have no cover. So you have that in your favor. They have no cover.
Right. But there is more of them.
That's right.
So they do have that in their favor. Or peeks his eyes and antennae over the console. And looking to make sure that they aren't getting back up.
They are not. They're just sort of... They're moving, but they're completely out of it.
Okay. Do we have anything that we could try to bind them with?
I'm sure you have basic... like your away gear. I'm willing to assume it has stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's potentially something we could come across. Maybe they've even got stuff, because they probably would have come more as a exploration team.
Yeah.
So maybe they have stuff that we could scavenge from their science packs.
Yeah, things like that I'm assuming is part of your away gear. Yeah.
Anything that we can do to just make sure that they're not,
Yep.
they don't overpower us when they come to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I want to kind of take a look after we can secure them. disarm them, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Are their phasers better than ours or same?
Same, exactly the same.
Yeah, and then again, maybe more closely examine the neck and all that kind of stuff to see if they've been impregnated by something.
Give me a roll.
In the neck?
Where the neck, the ear, whatever. If there's any signs, what would you like for a roll?
Influenced by something?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. She was most un-Vulcan. So, what would you like that roll to be?
It's going to be reason medicine.
Reason medicine?
Yeah, you can't find... You think that she is safely stunned and that she seems stable, but you can't find any explanation for...
Do you want me to have a look, Commander?
Check those other two,
Okay.
and I'll be checking the lead one.
Well,
What was the...
We're just having lots of luck with the rules.
reason medicine, Chris.
Yeah, no.
In any event, okay, so we don't really catch anything untoward, at least by visual examination. This is not good. And we had figured out a way to disable the thing just before she came in and gave her great, terrifying speech. We think we can stabilize this black hole from this console, but doing that, it's still going to make it too late for the planet, but it'll make the system, this star system, will be safe, and it will protect any other outlying systems. But we will lose all the knowledge of these people. So there is that to consider. However, if we leave it on, I think this thing is impacting people, their mental state, or it's infecting them somehow. So, it's obviously a danger as it exists. So we either leave it as a danger and hope that they can fix it, or we shut it down now ourselves. My vote is to shut it down now.
I agree. I don't think we really have much of a choice, to be honest. It is our responsibility to save as many worlds as possible.
However, we probably want to try to get any other people that might be on board. Get them safe, if that's possible to do so.
Yeah. How heavy are the people?
Average weight, like...
So yeah, we won't be able to carry them all. We'll have to take 2 trips, which is kind of scary. But if they're bound...
Yeah, I mean, the guys are close to 6, she's 5 something.
Okay, so we'll try to move them. Maybe just to the bay where the shuttles are, and then we can look for some other people.
I want to actually examine the console in the room that we fought in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And yeah, sorry, we've looked at the console already. That's how we were able to determine that we could shut down the black hole. So
right.
we've done the full examination of the console already.
Okay, so there isn't any more to learn.
Okay, so then we want to at least make a cursory check, because there likely is other people aboard this thing.
Yeah, it's possible. Have we seen all of the scientists who went missing? I feel like we haven't seen one of them.
We've seen at least one, possibly more than one, but at least one.
Right.
And that's the other thing is we know that the doctor was aboard the space station, but did we recognize the other two scientists that were with her?
No, because if they came from, you only saw her from the space station. You didn't see anyone else.
No, that's what I mean. We didn't see them on the space station. So they either were other people on the space station that we didn't see, or they were already here. We don't know which case.
Yeah, I'm guessing they probably came over with the commander person.
She might have found a way to beam over here, I guess. But
yeah. Well, let's make our way back to the shuttles and see if maybe there's another one that she took to get.
And that's providing they were telling you the truth on how many were missing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, we don't know, but I don't want to leave poor Starfleet officers to die, or to potentially die or worse, if we don't have to. Okay, so we'll go to the docking bay, search to see if there's any more shuttles. I guess we can do that when we drop them off there.
Yeah, and there is one shuttle.
One additional? Because there was one in there when we already landed.
One additional.
Okay, so there's now 3 shuttles in there. Okay.
And she said both had been, one was here and one was destroyed.
Okay. So we've got to go back to the console either way. So we'll make our way back to the console. And just kind of do a double check that we've accounted for as many people as we can.
Is there anywhere else to go in the space station? Like any other?
It's a big facility.
Okay. So Oro just kind of wants to look around a bit, go down a couple of hallways, and just see if there's any people kind of calling out. Well, Oro would be looking around, but Yennek doesn't have to be.
All right, then. If I'll tell the lieutenant not to take too long with his search. Clearly, something here has an impact on people, and it might be related to how long you stay in this atmosphere or in this artifact. We don't know how it's affecting people because we weren't able to see anything on visual. So, but it's very obvious that woman was not talking like a Vulcan. So something happened to her, and we don't know how it happened. So I would suggest we minimize our time in this environment.
All right, I won't be long.
At the end of 30 minutes, you don't find anything. No other personnel, no giant robots.
Okay. No more information about the facility or anything?
It's very alien. There's stuff to be learned, but it would take time, like proper time. It would have to be studied.
Okay. Is there anything I can take with me? Any tablets
maybe little bits.
I don't know, like a tablet with writing on it or something like that.
Yeah, you can probably find something, but I mean, like, to really understand what was going on would take a proper study team, and it would take months, or if not years.
I'll just see if there's anything I can find, and maybe try and get, even just a couple of documents from the terminal or something. And I can't tell. I'm assuming it's in a language I don't understand.
Yeah, it's an entirely alien language.
Yeah, I'll just transfer some random documents and hope that I found like as I'm walking around, I'll have it going. So 30 minutes worth of documents transferred, and just kind of hoping that I'm getting the right ones that will actually mean something. And after 30 minutes, I will return to the shuttle bay.
Okay, so we want to get them off here and get our... Can we double check that both shuttles are in fine working condition?
Yours and the new one is.
Yeah, okay. Just because, I mean, we'll try to take both, right? Because what I was going to suggest is maybe Thatcher goes with... I was wondering, because we don't have a way to contact the surface, right? So we don't want to set the thing to self-destruct mode or whatever without knowing that the people are off the planet. Or if we set it to wind down, how long will that take?
You have no idea. This is a complete alien.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. It's kind of like if we set it to wind down, it says too late for the planet, but making the system safe. But okay, but does it mean it's going to immediately blow up the planet? Or because, we'd like to know that the people have been safely evacuated, or at least that the Starfleet personnel have made their way off the planet if the citizens of the planet refuse to leave or something, right?
I seem to remember that we might not actually be able to leave this artifact. Like, the shuttle lost power. Is that still the case, or?
There is no power, but you don't know why. Like, is it a security thing that the artifact is doing? Is it something else?
I guess it's not that much of a conundrum. If we have to
Have to
disable
hope that the
it,
others have made it to safety.
or hope that so. So yeah, there's no point in stalling it. We might as well do it now.
We could stall it and give them more time to get to safety. If we,
But to evacuate a planet, I mean, I don't know that. I mean, I don't know. It's up. I'm okay with whatever, but I
was just thinking, like, we know how long it's going to be for the radiation to make the planet uninhabitable. If we wait till before that, before disabling it, that should give them the most amount of time.
Okay, how about this? I suggest we go and put on our EVA suits in case it is something within this artifact that's clearly making people go crazy. It seems to be heightening their like, the Vulcan doctor had strong views against Romulans and Klingons, but the way she was talking, that was something completely different. So it was like it was accentuating her hatred.
Yeah, that's a good point. If we're going to stay here for, I think, like, a couple days, based on the amount of time we have, we should definitely spend as much as possible in the EVA suits. Or we could just leave and hope that they're finished on the planet.
Again, we have no idea how long it's going to take for this thing to initiate or finish its shutdown process.
That's a good point as well.
And then how long of time is it between that and, I'm guessing, the black hole devouring the planet or something? I don't know.
I think it was the radiation from it destroying it.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing to consider as well, is if it takes like 2 days to shut down and we leave on the last day, then it will be destroyed by radiation before... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, because shutting it down destroys the planet anyway.
Okay, well, let's shut it down then and let's get going. We're shutting it down. We're shutting it all down.
And there's a big... And the lights go off. It goes eerily quiet.
Okay, so then we make our way back to the shuttles.
Do we want to take the Vulcan and the scientists with us? I assume so, but...
Yes, they will have to be. I think we're gonna go for the Pegasus instead of the space station.
That's a good call.
Because we can have them, sent to sick bay, and have them put in like stasis field or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Until we can figure out, is there something wrong with them, or are they just bad people? In which case they should be then transferred to the brig or something, right?
Yeah. It's up to you, Commander.
So that's what I'm gonna do, and as soon as we can get into communicator distance, I'm gonna communicate everything I can.
Of which you are hailed. This is Pegasus. We have you on our scopes. Please report.
Yeah. Okay. We've got 3 Starfleet personnel with us. Request immediate transfer to sickbay, and we need a portable stasis field thing for them. Probably for us as well, just in case there's some kind of contaminant that has been put on us. So I don't know if they can scan that stuff out when we, come out of the shuttle or not when we're aboard the Pegasus, but...
We can go through decon.
Very good. Please stand by.
Okay. Oh, of course... Probably the main thing would be that I tell them that yes, we've shut the thing down. So they will have to expedite efforts and explain that this is what had to be done. So.
And Tuan, you get a call coming in.
Yes, this is Lieutenant Tuan.
This is Pegasus. We have the away team returning from the artifact. There is some concern from them that they may have picked up some form of anomaly. They're not sure themselves if that has happened or not. Do you have any instructions?
What kind of anomaly are they concerned about? What has led them to have this concern, then, I suppose I will ask.
There's a lot of unknowns at this point. All we have is that it was to do with... It seemed to affect emotion. Increasing emotion, strong emotion.
If they are concerned that this may be something spreadable, if they want to wait until I am able to come back, they can stay in the sickbay. Any medical staff that are still on board could take a look and report back to me later as well.
Very good, Doctor.
Thank you.
And the shuttle gets hailed.
Anyway, so they hail. They hail me, and what do they say?
When you return, you are free to dock, and you will be transported directly to medbay. They seem to almost want to say prisoners, but yeah, but they sort of go. You can transport the captives. They'll be transported directly to the brig until we can work out what their situation is.
Okay. Okay, so I guess, assuming that we can make it to the ship uneventfully.
Yep. Nothing else is happening.
We get to the ship.
And it is in orbit around the planet.
Okay.
The Voyages of the USS Pegasus utilises the excellent official rules Star Trek Adventures released by Mephidius Games. Featuring Emily as Lieutenant Kelle, Shadow as Lieutenant Aura, RavenInsane as Commander Hunt, Ken as Commander Yennek, and Ghost as the GM. Many of the sounds come from Sirenscape, an excellent app for bringing more life to your gaming table. You can find us at critfail.com.
I love that we said they should go first, and now we're doing something.
Well, we're just like, well, we're here.
Ah.
I want to get this biology collection out of the way. You know, I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, just can't wait to get all those plants.
They should go first. You know what? No, fuck those guys.
Well,
they should go
you
first. What'll happen if they fail? Actually, we're getting samples now.
Aaron had a really good, convincing argument. Yeah, when
Which
players
was?
try to ask other NPCs to do it, remind them it's not as fun.
And so we're asking NPCs to do it?
No, we're
Says the person who plays World of Warcraft and does nothing but cut up sheep and shit.
Well,
I'm farming.
Yep.
And now he's like, oh, this is gonna. Oh, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but I'm not getting gold for it, am I?
You don't know. You don't know until you try.
I'm not selling
It's
it on
pure-
the auction house. That's not
It's
like
pure gold. It's
Maybe all
pure
their
gold.
plants have like gold at the roots or something. You don't know. You've never been on this planet till now.
I see now looks for any science officers that are not actually on the planet or on the.
We've only asked for one so far.
Well, you have Alana, and the XO is on the.
We must have more than 2.
And the other science guy is also on the
There
artifact.
must be someone else who can do science.
There's
oh, maybe
more
we
than
could
three.
just get a red shirt to come down and
Stand on the plants.
Yeah. In case they attack, you go first to get the
Yep.
plants.
check to make sure they're not poisonous.
Eat them all, see what happens. Oh dear.
Um,
The betrayal.